With Voltan, the first Legion raid coming in May, suggested by the recently posted roadmap on the Lost Ark website, I feel like it's time for me to cover the tier 3 gear progression, so you know what sets to craft, what low, mid and high tier gear is inside of tier 3, and in what order you should be upgrading your items in, because yes, there's a significant difference between the stats on certain items when they are being upgraded. Hi, my name is Nov, and it is time. I really should have made this video sooner, but I know it will still help a lot of you out, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. By the time you reach item level 1100 and be ready to enter Pudica, you should already be familiar with item rarity. Up until here, you should have already had rare, epic and legendary gear at some point, and you should also be familiar with set effects on gear. In tier 3, different levels of tiers exist, and when you reach a new level, the honing success rate will be reset, but in exchange, you will need new mats that are harder to acquire many of. In this video, we will mostly be talking about low and mid tier gear, which goes up to legendary rarity in the current patch, and I will leave the rest for another video when we have more content available. We will obviously start with low tier 3 items, which are the rare and epic items. Just like in previous tiers, your first set, the 1302 rare set, comes from Chaos Dungeons. You want to obtain this full set and start honing it until you reach item level 1325, which is +6 on all items. Also, don't forget to transfer your tier 2 +15 items into your new tier 3 set for a free +1 on the full set. Once here, you can do the 1325 Chaos Dungeon to obtain your epic set, and you can transfer your honing progression over. You can now also do the tier 3 episode dungeons, and you could craft another epic set from that, but it's just not worth it. You would just waste your gold crafting it, so just stick to the epic chaos set, which you want to upgrade all the way to +15, when you can finally get your mid-tier legendary set. Reaching +15 on the epic set will take a while, especially if you have bad honing RNG, but just remember these words: never don't give up. Yikes. At +15, item level 1370, you can do the Aurea Abyssal Dungeon on hard mode. As long as you have a party with proper stats and at least 2 level 3 damage engravings and or class engraving, you should easily be able to clear the raid, and also don't forget to pay gold at the end for extra mats. Later on you can just take the gold and be off, but for now, it's really worth paying for it. With the items that you get from this raid, you can start crafting your temporary legendary set, which you will slowly replace with Argos gear. From 1 clear, you will get 35 of these raid items, which is enough to craft 3 items. I also wanted to mention that you can no longer get equipable gear from Chaos Dungeons from this point. You get shattered items instead that only exist for you to farm tripod levels and to salvage them into upgrade mats if you don't have any tripod levels that you need. You can also sell them for gold. The legendary mid-tier gear sets start from +0, item level 1340, but when you transfer your +15 epic items into them, they become +6, item level 1370 items, and now you again have better success rates, but you will now also need great leap stones and new fusion stones for honing. Preferably, you want to craft your weapon, gloves and shoulders from the Abyssal raid mat as a DPS, so you can maybe get some successful honings in before doing Argos for the first time. The reason being is gloves give the most offensive stats when you upgrade them, therefore increasing your DPS the most for what resources you invest into upgrading it, if you disregard your weapon of course. The second best armor item you upgrade for more DPS is shoulders, that's why you want to craft that, so you can start honing it. And evidently upgrading your weapon gives you more DPS too, but also costs destruction stones instead of guardian stones. You might want to dismantle the weapon that you craft if you get a bad quality roll and craft it again until you get at least purple quality, but keep in mind that this will cost you some gold because of the crafting fee. As a support, you want to craft your leg and chest piece and your weapon. The chest and leg armor gives the most defensive bonuses when honing, and you want to craft the weapon so that whenever you finally kill Argos, you can spend the Argos blood that you get in the most efficient way. When you're done crafting and honing, you want to go and clear Argos phase 1, which will reward you with 30 Argos blood in total. You can craft 2 items from that, from one of the Argos sets. You want to craft something that will replace one of your epic items, so as a DPS you can craft a leg or a chest and also a headpiece. And as a support, you can craft your head and shoulder pieces for the most effectiveness. Also, do keep in mind that this sort of min-maxing only matters in the first few weeks, so your next few Argos clears go ever so slightly more smoothly. Most DPS classes we want to go for the preordained set from Argos, which gives more crit rate starting from the 2-piece set bonus, and supports we want to craft the Harsh Oath set because of the synergy between the two sets once you have the 5-piece set bonus. The only time a DPS would go for the Harsh Oath set is when they just have an extremely high amount of crit rate to begin with, then they will benefit more from that set. Your goal from here is to completely replace all of your items with 5 or 6 Argos items. You can stick to 5 and use a chosen item that you have previously crafted from the Abyssal dungeon if you want to save some gold and get more upgrade mats by dismantling your Argos blood, which actually gives you a very good amount of Great Leaf stones. During this, you can also do holding and will eventually be able to clear Argos phase 2 and 3, maybe even in 1 week intervals, unless you get super unlucky with holding or if you don't have any tier 3 ults. You can either upgrade all of your items one by one, or you can also optimize your holding based on what you're going for. Let it be more offense or more defense. If you want more offense, then of course you want to keep honing your weapon as much as you can, but that will over time add up to a lot in gold cost especially, not just in terms of upgrade mats. As mentioned before, out of your armor pieces, your gloves give the most offensive stats, so as a DPS you always want to hone your gloves first, then shoulders, and then the headpiece. There's a cost-effective alternative as well, as these images suggest, and they were posted on Reddit by a user named Civo, who keeps posting useful images and posts on the Lost Ark subreddit and also makes YouTube videos. Make sure to check him out. Keep in mind that this alternative method only works until a certain honing change is implemented to the game with a later patch that boosts your honing progression in early tier 3. Your current goal is to get to item level 14-15, so you can do Volten normal mode, the first Legion raid, when it gets released later in May 2022. To the best of my knowledge, you need item level 14-45 to be able to craft relic items, so that will be the milestone after 14-15 in order to craft your relic set, which is also a mid-tier set. To be able to craft that set, you need to have cleared the Volton and Vikes Legion raids. Later on you will get access to another relic rarity set, which is high tier gear, and way later, when we get Brashaza hard mode, we will finally be able to craft ancient items, the currently best in slot gear in the game in the Korean version of Lost Ark. I still need to educate myself about gear progression from this point on, so I will cover the rest in a later video. If you found this video helpful, then please do give it a like, and also don't forget to subscribe for more Lost Ark content. I upload videos fairly often, and I've also been streaming more over on Twitch, so make sure to follow me over there as well. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.